Hello, everybody, and welcome to Division 2, Matchday 3 of the Simulation Soccer League. I am Laser. I will be your commentator tonight. Unable to have a co-host with me due to real-life obligations, which must always come first. I do apologize beforehand if I sound a bit sniffly during this commentary. Allergies are attempting to take me out currently, and I'm fighting the best that I can. But today we do have 4 games on the slate. First up, we have a clash between the top 2 teams in the table, Montreal United and AS Paris. For Montreal, they have so far a +4 goal difference and have a 3-1 victory over Red Star and 2-0 over Accra. Paris have drawn Romana at 0 and beaten Kaapstad 5-0. As we get right into the action here, I did not see the formations for either side, I'm afraid. But I do know that it has been Dexter Manone and Hunter Jones who have been the stories of the two teams. Here's Nagatoro, shoots off of Zanetti, but it is blocked. Barflett hoofs it clear. Phantomans missed the header. That means Jones has a chance, but there's too many defenders, I don't think. Well, it puts it back to Cortez, over to Alistair, who just missed outside. Nearly able to take advantage of a rather large mistake there on the missed header. But Calvatore up to Manone, who shoots and Barflett saves. Manone currently tied with his opposition on Paris, Hunter Jones, for the Golden Boot race, with each squad having each player having 3 goals. These aren't specifically the 2 highest scoring teams in the league, but they are 2 of the more interesting, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this game plays out. As there's a cross to Cortez, back to Papadopoulos, to Brisky, who shoots, and Duke tips it over. Not often you see a wingback take a shot. Brisky puts it in, Casual heads it out, and it'll be a throw. Here we go. Duke hoofs it clear, but Paris is able to get possession back. That's a good through ball up the wing to Cortez. He's got Jones and Papadopoulos crashing the box. Puts it through Peterson's feet over to Brisky to Bull to Papadopoulos, who scores. And that's the second of the season for Leonidas Papadopoulos. Cortez got a good through ball back to Brisky, put it up and over to Heather Bull, and then Papadopoulos makes a very difficult control and just puts it past Duke, who couldn't get that far across that quickly. And it's a 1-0 Paris lead. And Paris so far is absolutely dominating the possession numbers. There's it. Oh, it's another goal for Paris. A free kick by Jay Brisky. And I believe it's Connor Snooks puts it in the back of the net off of the header. And he's well onside as well. Just a well-executed free kick to get it past Brian Duke. That'll make it a 2-0 lead for AS Paris. They want to build on that as much as they can. After just being relegated from Division 1 last season, they want to show that they need to go back up and quickly. As Peterson hoofs a potential chance clear, but Paris will hold on to the ball. Bull through ball to Alistair. That was good read, but Wartooth makes the block, and it's out for a corner. Brisky with the cross. Oh, Horvat got his head on it, but over the net. As we are rapidly approaching the half here. Calvatore with a chance. That's a goal for Alessio Calvatore. loaned in from Hollywood this season to help this Montreal team improve, and they are making an impact early. Just a beautifully placed spot kick from just outside of the box, over the heads of Alistair and Papadopoulos, and past Bartlett into the top corner. Excellent shot. And it is a goal that they deserved, I think. In the first little bit of the match there, they had some good opportunities, but as the match continued, the possession numbers are 35 to 65. Montreal is doing decently with what they have, but they need to get more on the table if they're able to walk away with something from this one. Although a goal that close to the half in your favor is always an excellent morale boost, and it'll be interesting to see how things play out in the second half for them. But for Paris, they've essentially just got to keep on doing what they have been doing. They have, I believe it was 1.26 or 1.28 XG, as there were 2 substitutions. Mac Williams, and I didn't quite catch the other one, so I do apologize. It'll show me here in a minute when we go to the holding screen, but it'll be Paris on the attack. They've been doing well with the chances they have. They're making good opportunities like this here. Cortez forward, Wartooth missed the header. Papadopoulos back to Zanetti. Maradona says no thank you. And that is a foul on Maradona. And that'll be a Brisky corner. Puts it in. Alistair gets his head on it, but it bounces off the top of the bar and out. Brisky corner again. Does not quite get there. Brisky with the cross. Just missed. I believe it was... It's not telling me who the subs were. I believe that they were Williams and De Bernia coming on, but I am not entirely certain on that. It may have been Williams and Fred. But Carey is still attacking. Cortez has a shot to Papadopoulos. That was a layup, as easy as it comes for Leonidas Papadopoulos, and he has joined the ranks of the 3-goal group and is in the mix for the Golden Boot. Of course, we always knew he would be. Horvat put it to Brisky on the side. Cortez took advantage of the gap, just outpaced Phantomens, and Papadopoulos made a run at the right time. Duke couldn't do anything about it, and it is 3-1 for Paris. Williams to Fred to Casual. Back to Fred, up to De Bernia, to Maradona. Casual with an opportunity, but doesn't take the shot. And it is Nagatoro Maradona who puts it in the back of the net, and it's quickly a 3-2 match. Fred to De Bernia to Maradona to Casual, who didn't make the shot wisely. Put it back in to Maradona, who was just unmarked, and powers it past Bartlett before he even knew what was coming. So what a match of momentum so far. Paris is on the attack once again, though. Oh, no, they're not. McFred makes the interception, or perhaps the takeaway. Passes to Casual, back over to Fred to De Bernia. De Bernia will put it forward, intended for Calvatore, intercepted by Brisky. Papadopoulos now, through ball to Hunter Jones. Paris crashing the box, puts in a cross. Cortez shoots. Duke makes the save. It'll be another corner for Paris. Puts it in. Oh, just over the net from Snooks. It would have been his second of the game. Williams will take a free and just give it to Wartooth from deep in his own territory. Passes back to Duke, who hoofs it clear. Calvatore will recover. That was a through ball to Dexter Manone, a bit too far forward, and Bartlett is able to pretty easily grab that one. Just holding the ball now. Finally boots it clear. It'll be Papadopoulos who controls through ball to Cortez. Back over. Heather Bull ends up with it. Back to Horvat. Over to Bull again. Over to Alistair. Papadopoulos has had a chance. Attempts a shot off of Williams. Nothing doing there. Snooks will come forward to recover. Cortez now. Back over to Brisky. Attempts a cross, but Calvatore blocks. And yet another Paris corner. Headed out of the box, right back to Brisky, who does another cross immediately to Alistair. Puts it back to Snooks. And now it's a throw on the opposite side for Montreal. Peterson to Calvatore to De Bernia, back to Peterson. Doesn't have the opportunity to run up the wing, so he'll put it to Calvatore. He plays a 1-2 with De Bernia. De Bernia to Maradona, who long-range shot that was accurate. Barflett able to make the save. Just had to jump a bit. Washburn heads out a free. And now Brisky is charging up the right wing. Calvatore steals the ball. And now Peterson attempting to do something. Calvatore up to Maradona. Maradona through ball to Casual. Casual shoots and Casual scores. What a beautiful sequence of events for Montreal to tie the match at 3-3. Peterson wanted to do something but couldn't. Calvatore up to Maradona, and look at that through ball. Absolutely beautifully placed first time touch shot from Casual and just drills it into the back of the net. That's a thing of beauty. Now a 3-3 match. And Paris and Montreal both wanting to take something more out of this. Paris with a long ball to Alistair to Papadopoulos, who misses wide for a goal kick for Montreal. Alistair to Jones. Duke makes the save. 10 minutes of play plus stoppage. Oh, here's another opportunity for Montreal. It's Maradona who shoots. Maradona has scored and made it 4-3. Duke hoofed it clear. Manone got the better of Washburn. Calvatore put a good pass up to Maradona, who just froze Barflett, shot the opposite side he was expecting, and didn't miss that shot from roughly the outside of the box. And now Paris have had, I believe, 3 consecutive goals scored on them without a response in the last 25 minutes. And they are going to have to get something done here if they want to take even a point away. Montreal, on the other hand, will be very pleased to have climbed back into it, and they're going to want to do everything in their power to keep Paris from getting that 1 point. Fanta bends to Manone, over to Maradona, up to Casual. Casual shoots and has a 5th. Out of nowhere, Montreal has started pounding the goals in. Manone to Maradona, up to Casual. Just excellently played. Barflett seemed to just be frozen, and I'm not sure if it was fear, confusion, anticipation. But Maradona knew she didn't have a shot, gave it to Casual, who was able to tuck it home. And now Paris really has their work cut out. They will need 2 in 7 or 8 minutes. Nearly had one there, but Wartooth able to get his head to it. Alistair over to Cortez. Controlled by Jones. Doesn't have a shot. Cortez somehow ended up with their head on the ball, but Duke was able to save. De Bernia. Oh, that's a penalty. And it is for the hat trick for Casual. It's blocked by Barflett. Oh no. Maradona and Casual both had the opportunity for a hat trick, and because of that missed penalty, neither seemed to be able to get one. Barflett just stood still, essentially able to make the save and then scramble over to get the ball, and that will be the whistle on full time here. That is an amazing display of grit from this Montreal squad with just incredible comeback power. Ariadna Nagatoro Maradona will, of course, take home that player of the game stat with 2 goals and 2 assists for a 9.7 match rating. Papadopoulos, of course, also doing very well for Paris, but Paris just didn't have any offense after that second or third goal by Montreal, and it seemed as though the composure had just fallen apart for the squad. And with that loss for Paris, it means that they will stay at 4 points. Their goal differential will drop to 3. Montreal will jump to 6 goal differential, and they will remain on their perfect season as of so far on 9 points. That will bring us into our next match, Romana and Reykjavik, who are also in 3rd and 4th place. Romana currently 4th, 2 goal difference behind Reykjavik. Each team with a win and a draw. Romana's draw against Paris in Matchday 1, and Reykjavik's against Red Star in Matchday 2. Each team has played Cairo so far. Romana won that match 3-0. Reykjavik won that match 5-0. As we have kickoff. For Romana, it is a 4-2-3-1. For Reykjavik, it is a 4-1-4-1. And that would be Untitled for the corner for Romana. Toastman nearly had one, but it's over the net. For Romana, Schweinsteiger leads the scoring with 2. Levert with 1. For Reykjavik, it is Dexter Manone with 2 goals. Toastman up for Levert. Couldn't get there, and Black will end up heading it out. Hall over to Andrews. Cutting across the pitch, all the way to the opposite side, over to Noodle. Noodle to O'Rourke, who heads it towards the net, but Lua makes the save. Jeremiah in to Anavier, over to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger shoots. Scott Sterling makes the save. Scott Sterling, the story of Division 2 so far, in my opinion. As we saw a very early yellow card for Ketchup Noodle there. Sterling coming in from Hollywood to play for Reykjavik this season. Reykjavik is working the outside of the box, waiting for something to open up now. Timoatu intercepts. Andrew shoots. Lua saves. Lua is, in fact, Reykjavik's former goalkeeper, being traded to Romana prior to the beginning of the season. Milton Nunez forward to Pascal Anavier, who shoots. Lediver and Sterling played a very dangerous 1-2, but nothing came out of it. Lua hoofs it very clear for Jeffrey Levert, who shoots, but Sterling couldn't be truly troubled to make too much of an effort there. Hall up to Letizier, intended for Oak, taken by Toastman, back to Jeremiah, to Tyson Nunez, to Schweinsteiger. Intercepted by Bjorkus, over to Oak, to Andrews, forwards. Nunez controls. Lua clears it. But Reykjavik's not done yet. Up to Hall, to O'Rourke, back to Hall, forward to Andrews, who scores. That's Henry Andrews. Second goal of the season, and it'll be Reykjavik on top 1-0. Just a beautiful ball from Hall here. A good run by Andrews. Just freezes Lua. Wasn't expecting it. Just well played by Reykjavik. Nunez with a free. Toastman headed it towards the goal, but Sterling able to make the save. Levert on a yellow. That is rare that we see a striker on a yellow card. Reykjavik attacking again. It's Andrews again, and Lua able to parry it this time. Ball to put in the corner. Headed out by Smart. Scarpetta will chase it down. And now out of the air from the opposite end. Has a free kick outside of the box. Levert missed the header. Nunez throw to Anavier, who gets to the corner, puts it to Schweinsteiger, puts it forward to Anavier. Pass intended for Levert, cleared out by Black. Postman to Jeremiah to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger cross. Levert shot blocked by Scarpetta, and that will be a corner. Anavier puts it in. Schweinsteiger heads, and Sterling makes a very acrobatic save. That would have been in. Scarpetta to Andrews. Scarpetta way back now to Sterling, who's playing far out the box. Black with a very, very long through ball intended for Ketchup Noodle. Gets all the way to the line, puts it over to Bjorkis. Bjorkis to Hall. Bounced off of O'Rourke, I believe, and Toastman cleared it out for a corner. Hall puts it in. Toastman clears it out. Noodle recovers. Schweinsteiger blocks. And that's that. Jeremiah will throw. Kimwatu over to Anavier, up to King. King shoots from distance. Black heads it out. Schweinsteiger recovers. Lediver took it away from Schweinsteiger, but promptly kicked it out, and Jeremiah will throw it back in. Anavier to Schweinsteiger to Jeremiah to Anavier to Jeremiah to Schweinsteiger. Jeremiah over to Kimoatu. And now Jeremiah and Schweinsteiger again. On the other wing to Milton Nunez. Milton Nunez, long shot. Sterling parried, save. It'll be a corner. Anavier puts it in. Headed out. Jeremiah will control. And it will go out for a goal kick. Anavier did not touch the ball as he was offside. And that will bring us to the half. So far, Reykjavik with only 5 shots, but all 5 on target. Romana with 13 and 6 on target. And Reykjavik is the team with the lead so far, that 1-0 advantage. Romana is getting a lot of opportunities. I'd be surprised if they don't end up scoring at least one in the second half, though. With the opposition being Scott Sterling, it makes it more difficult to do anything. I do believe that Reykjavik are probably going to find a second gear towards the first half of this second half. We'll see if Romana are able to match that. So far, Romana has been struggling to score regardless, as we see Lopta in for Noodle and Penshaw in for O'Rourke for Reykjavik. Letitia. Oh, Powdered Toastman just saved a goal with his foot. Letitia chipped to Lua, had it in, but Letitia put it out as there's a through ball from Schweinsteiger to Levert. Sterling parried, Levert recovered, headed out. Zoidberg in now for Tyson King for Romana. So subs on both sides. Penshaw in for O'Rourke at that striker position. Noodle out for Lopta at the left winger. Lopta now has a shot saved by Lualua. Black with a shot from inside the box after the throw in, but it's high. Sterling out to Scarpetta. Zoidberg already on a yellow in 15 minutes of play. Tyson Nunez forward to Powdered Toastman on the wing to Schweinsteiger, headed to Anavier. Anavier on the wing. Over to Schweinsteiger, back to Nunez. To Jeremiah, to Kimoatu. Kimoatu over to Milton Nunez. Shoots high. Reykjavik playing out of deep in their own territory. Lopta to Penshaw. Penshaw to Hall, forward to Bjorkus. Bjorkus has a run. Bjorkus shoots, and Bjorkus scores. Lopta put it to Penshaw. Back to Hall. And Hall with another excellent assist, although this time it was simply Bjorkus with the finish to completely freeze Lualua. 2 excellent goals, 2 excellent assists by Eric Hall. Hall up to Letizier now. Over to Oak. Oak shoots, and it is high. Anavier with the corner. Headed out. Smart will chase it down. Pass to Anavier on the other wing. Lediver to Toastman to Levert to Schweinsteiger. Back to Levert, who is taken down in the box aggressively by Malachi Black, and no penalty is called. Milton Nunez cross in. Jeremiah grabs it, and it's headed over for a throw. Kimwatu with the turnover. And now Reykjavik will play out of their own box. Romana will end up with it and give it clear back to Lualua. Smart with the forward pass, but it will be Reykjavik who ends up with it. Nunez with a good tackle. Jeremiah to Kimwatu. Anavier has a run. Anavier shoots, and Sterling makes the save. So we are rapidly approaching the end of the match here. Milton Nunez. Smart attempted a header, but it is off target. And that is the match. Reykjavik takes a 2-0 win over Romana. I believe it's a bit of an unfair result for Romana. I think Reykjavik fully deserved the 2 goals, but Romana with 20 shots and 8 on target probably deserved at least 1 there. Nunez and Toastman both with good games for Romana. And as for Reykjavik, I'd assume it would be Eric Hall who takes home the player of the match, and it is an 8.2 rating with 2 beautiful assists, and Scott Sterling with an 8.0 rating. That will mean that Reykjavik will move into sole possession of second place on the table. It will rise to a positive 7 goal difference. Romana will drop to a positive 1 and will stay on 4 points, meaning that they will drop, that they will stay in 4th. And our next match will be the match of the 2 teams with no points yet. And in fact, the 2 teams with no Division 2 goals yet. FC Kaapstad and Cairo City. Kaapstad taking a 1-0 loss to Accra and a 5-0 loss to Paris. Cairo with a 5-0 loss to Reykjavik and a 3-0 loss to Romana. Kaapstad was able to defeat Red Star Laos 4-1 in their cup match. Cairo was blanked 4-0 by Tokyo. Muller way on the edge to Clark that doesn't turn into anything. And now Cairo will play out of the back of their own box. Regan to Wilk on the side. Puts it back for McGlaskins. McGlaskins to Regan, who shoots on the other side of Ramos, but blocked. Laudrup will take the corner. Puts it in, and Muller will head it out easily. Not really a Cairo body in the box to try and even receive that corner there. And the Wilkes cross will be headed out for a throw. Lemjid, oh goodness, that was nearly an incredible goal for Lemjid. Dexter Hall got across and got his hand in the corner. Now Laudrup at the corner from the opposite side. Headed out directly back to Laudrup, who puts in another cross. It bounces off of Clark, but McGlaskins will recover. Crossed into Laudrup to Jean-Claude, who has a shot blocked by Dexter Hall. And Cairo is playing very attacking here today. Much differently than their previous matches where attacking was more of an afterthought and their focus was on keeping the opposition out of their own territory. Ooh. Just taking a drink, and Kaapstad made their first true attack of the game, and that's Gino Chouinard on the assist from Jurgen Muller. Hill dove for a ball that wasn't coming to him. De Silva over to Muller. McGlaskins went for the tackle but missed it, and Chouinard. I mean, to be frank, Cody Hill should have saved that shot. But an excellent goal for Gino Chouinard, and I believe it is the first goal of his young career. That is Kaapstad's first Division 2 goal this season. As we see Scud Muffin put in a corner to De Silva, who heads it over the net. Cody Hill playing out of the back, over to Arisov, over to Jean-Claude. Back to Laudrup. That's a long through ball intended for Felix Arisov. Oh, Arisov. It bounced off of the bar. If it was merely a centimeter lower, that would have bounced off and gone in, but it had too much velocity the opposite direction. Laudrup intended for Jean-Claude, put it a bit too far out, and Kamavinga will end up with it. Hall clears it, but Cairo has it now. Enormous to Arisov to Jean-Claude. Attempted a pass, bounced off of Kamavinga, and now it's Jean-Claude who has an opportunity, but Dexter Hall makes the save. McGlaskins with the corner. I'm probably butchering that name, and I do apologize for that. Stojakovic with a very ambitious shot from way far, and that is over the bar. Kaapstad had a counter there for a moment. Cairo able to steal the ball away. They're just hanging out in their own backfield. Here we go. Dominic Wilk to McGlaskins. Forward to Wilk. Tato didn't chase. Wilk all the way to the corner, and that's the first goal of the season for Cairo City, and it's from Jean-Claude Godon. McGlaskins with a beautiful ball up to Wilk on the wing. Wilk able to get to the line. De Silva couldn't block, and that is a side roundhouse kick from Jean-Claude to beat Dexter Hall at his near post. First Division 2 goals for either side this season. That was a good block by Arasov on Clark. And now Cairo attacking again. Jean-Claude's pass was a bit too ambitious. And now Kaapstad will play out of the back. On the wing to Clark. Clark with a through ball for De Silva, who beats Hill, and that's another goal for Kaapstad. Clark controlled through ball to De Silva, bounced twice, and Cody Hill just got completely frozen. Not sure he even saw De Silva coming. Spoon into Muffin, back to Spoon. That is a cross. De Silva heads. Hill makes the save that time. Now Hill looking to play out of the back with only a couple of minutes. Clark to Muffin. Up to Clark. Spoon to Chenard. To Clark to Chenard to Spoon. Spoon looking for a cross. Doesn't get it. Passes back to Gino, who puts in a cross headed out by Stojakovic. Directly back to Gino Chenard. Muller to De Silva, who shoots, and that's another goal. Ronaldo De Silva bounces it in off of the post and beats Cody Hill. Muller with a good control. Gave it over to De Silva, who was able to make the shot. And that is a heartbreaker for Cairo, who were doing so incredibly well up until the last 10 minutes of that half. 4 shots on target for Kaapstad. 3 of them have been goals. The XG tells about what I believe of the story so far. Cairo has looked Cairo has looked very good in their attacks so far, but they have only been able to do so much. Jean-Claude does not seem to have the pace to get onto some of the through balls that are being thrown his way, and that seems to be really the only limiting factor for Cairo. Kaapstad, on the other hand, has gotten rather lucky, and they seem to have, well, they haven't gotten lucky in terms of their ability to create, as we saw Gary Hogg and Kevin Zimmer come on. I did not see for who. Kaapstad has been able to create opportunities, but they do have less XG than Cairo, yet have 3 goals out of it. They have caught Cody Hill on a particularly bad day, it would seem. Loud drip to Stojakovic as Cairo now tries to build out of the back. Just in time on the wing for Dominic Wilk, who runs onto it. Pass back to Regan, who shoots, and Hall makes the save. Hogg clears it out. Enormous up to Erisov. Bounces off of Hogg, and that will be a corner. Laudrup puts it in. And that is headed out. Gary Hogg now on the opposite end in the 61st. Over to Muffin to Clark. Hogg forward to Krustis, and it's over. That'll be a goal kick for Cody Hill. Enormous. Driving up the right wing forward to Felix Erisov. Over to Hlemjid. Back to Laudrup to Hlemjid. Hlemjid to Regan to Jean-Claude, who has his shot blocked by Kamavinga. And he was offside anyway, it would appear. Over to Wilk, up to Regan. To Wilk again. Wilk gets to the line, can't do anything. McGlastims plays a 1-2. Wilk with a cross. Regan had an opportunity, but it was blocked by Ramos. It was an attempt to catch the corner from Hall, but it bounced off of his head. Cairo recovered. De Silva tackled Wilk, and the ball went out. Very quickly winding down the minutes here, and it does appear that Kaapstad will take their first points of the season. 15 seconds left in the match now. Ramos up to Muller to De Silva. Kaapstad should be happy to just wait it out here. Oh no, De Silva. Yep, that is the whistle. They didn't even let them finish that attacking opportunity. Because that means that Kaapstad will now improve to 3 points. And for the moment, that will place them in 6th in the table. Cairo will drop to -10 goal differential and will remain at 0 points. Next match will be Accra and Red Star Laos. Accra so far with a win and a loss. The loss coming to Montreal by 2. Kaapstad being Accra's win. Excuse me, I should discuss the statistics of this team before I move on to the next one. I got distracted by changing the league table in my notes here. I do apologize. It was an excellent performance on the day for Ronaldo de Silva, able to get those 2 goals in the back of the net. And for Cairo, their first goal of the season coming from Jean-Claude, assisted by Dominic Wilk, who had an excellent game on that left wing. And really, I was very impressed by Cairo's ability to attack and create chances today. But Dexter Hall had, I believe, 2 saves that were very acrobatic that saved sure goals, and Cody Hill was beaten rather badly twice. I believe that if the goalkeepers have a different day in the net, we could be looking at a very different score here, but it was a good match between 2 decently evenly matched teams, and Cairo has already improved their attack, so I do look forward to what they're able to build from that later on in the season. And now we do move on to our next match that I got ahead of myself. It will be Accra and Red Star Laos. Accra, as I said, with the 1-0 over Kaapstad 0-2 loss to Montreal. Red Star has also lost to Montreal 1-3 and have drawn Reykjavik at 0. We won't get a chance to see the formations, as Red Star looking to build something right off the rip. Modelo forward intended for Greedo. Whittington will recover. Huga to Selleck to Tucker. Tucker is taken down in the box. That may have been a bit of a flop in my opinion. Didn't really have anything to do with him but the ball. But what do I know? I'm up here in the booth for a reason. Accra on the attacking foot early. Huga to Dion, who misses high. Red Star building out of the back. Greedo to sides, over to Chicken. Chicken is knocked over in the box. I think that may have been a bit of a flop as well. I didn't see anything especially flagrant or egregious. Chicken able to get the interception. Through ball intended for Greedo. LaRock. Oh, excellent last-ditch defending by Llewellyn and Whittington there to prevent a goal from a very wide-open net. And now it's been passed to the opposite end, and Rob Tucker has a goal. What did I just watch? Schenkinger with just an absolutely splitting through ball, and Tucker ran around Kanders, bounced it in off of the post into the back of the net. That was some sequence to watch. But Accra is on top with that 6th-minute goal. Red Star is going to want to get back very quickly. Greedo to Guerra. Guerra back to Greedo, blocked. Guerra then puts it over the net. Each team with only 1 goal on the season so far. Prior to the match, Tucker has now scored his 2nd on the season and has scored the only 2 goals for Accra. And now he might get a 3rd. Not quite. Kander's able to get a little bit on it, and then it's cleared out by Messi, and now Tucker will put in a corner. Ooh, again, Kanders didn't quite get to it, but it was kicked out by Tame. Tame puts in the corner, rather. Llewellyn heads it out. Tame back to Dello to Changshan. Llewellyn again with air superiority. And now Rob Tucker has another opportunity. He'll take it to the wing. Pass over to Selleck. Back to Tucker. Cross to Berbatov. And Dimitar Berbatov has a goal, and it's 2-0 Accra early. Tucker played a 1-2 with Selleck, put in a cross. Berbatov headed it. It looked as though it may have grazed Messi and slightly changed the flight path, but it was far on the opposite side from where Kanders was. There wasn't much he could do there regardless. Modelo to Guerra. Guerra not sure what to do, brings it out to the wing, passes into Dello, over to Checker, the opposite wing to Chicken. Freddy wins the aerial battle. Tame will recover and get it back to Changshan, who puts it into Dello. Now Red Star will reset at the midfield mark. Dello over to Chicken to Tame. Up to Chicken, past 2 sides, and that is blocked by LaRock. Masrim Tame puts in a corner headed out by Llewellyn. Dello will recover. Over to Messi. And that's all of that. Red Star able to get possession there from Accra's throw. Guerra attempts a through ball, but doesn't quite get enough juice on it, and Llewellyn is able to intercept. LaRock to Freddy. Plays a 1-2 with Whittington. Over to Selleck to Huga. To Schenkinger. Tucker with it now. Selleck on the wing. Selleck pass in for Dion, who shoots, and Canders holds. Tame to Sides, who puts it forward to Chicken. Chicken back to Tame. To Changshan. To Dello. Forward for Greta, who shoots and just missed. Oh, that was so close. A foot to the right, and that's a goal. Tame over to Chicken, over to Barry. Barry up to Messi on the wing to Greedo. Greedo puts in a shot. I thought it was a cross at first, but it was a shot. It would have been in had LaRock not made the save. Tame, it puts in the corner, headed out, intended for Chicken. Tame puts in the corner. Nothing doing. Berbatov will control. Messi outpaces and takes the ball. Dello to Checker to Changshan. Over to Barry to Tame, up to Chicken. Chicken runs towards the left wing, gets halfway to the line, pauses, gets to the rest of the line. Changshan has a cross blocked by Dion past to Schenkinger, and now Dello takes the clearance up to Tame. Tame crosses. LaRock got a hand on it but couldn't control. Guerra will recover that. Chicken will head it just wide of the goal. And it's another goal kick for Accra. Selleck driving up the near wing. Huga. Dion. Zerhuni back to Whittington. Accra has done a little bit of a reset. Zerhuni cross to Selleck, who shoot. Oh, Josh Canders was just beaten badly. Konstantin Selleck with the goal, and Accra is up 3-0. Accra did a bit of a reset. Llewellyn put it through to Zerhuni. Zerhuni passed to Selleck. A good pass, but Canders cannot be beaten like that at the post. That is good accuracy by Selleck, but that is a save that should have been made. Huga now with the free kick. Canders does make that save. That was a good save and a good shot by Huga. 42nd minute, approaching halftime. Dion has Pats. 4-0 Accra. It's Huga. Off of the corner. Dion put it in. It was Huga who just headed it to the opposite corner over Canders. Tame couldn't do anything about it. Double yellows right there for Red Star in the 41st. That is rough. And Accra has a 4-0 lead and a 1.32 XG. Red Star has no goals and a 1 XG. So Red Star is extremely unlucky at the moment to not have at least a goal there. And I believe in the case as it was last match where Accra keeper Cody Hill was beaten several times, that probably a better match from Canders would be the difference currently. Get going with the second half here. LaRock able to hold that cross from Chicken. Dello to Guerra to Greedo to Sides to Chicken. Chicken now up the wing in the box. Crosses. Whittington blocked what would have been a sure goal for Greedo. Red Star pushing up The wing sides, now in the middle, shoots Larocque, saves. Tame puts in the corner, headed out by Freddie. Berbatov controls. Berbatov has Tucker ahead. Checker makes a good tackle to dispossess, and Guerra will dribble the ball out of bounds. And Red Star shot out to a very early, nearly a 1xG first 5 minutes. That was Furious Chicken's header that Larocque barely able to turn it out. Tame tackles Selleck. That was an aggressive tackle. Larocque plays out of the back. Llewellyn to Zerhuni to Dion Tucker now. Tucker shoots. Canders gets an arm on it and puts it behind. So that'll be a corner for Accra. Dion in. Headed out by Messi. Selleck will chase the ball down, put it over to Freddie. Freddie to Huga. Tame says no and boots it. Then throws it in on the opposite end for Changshan. Dello on the wing to Guerra. Here's something. Guerra shoots and it's over. A good bit over. Changshan to Dello to Greedo to Guerra this time. And Larocque able to make the save on the shot. Tame to Chicken. And Red Star is really getting in their groove right now. They do have 4 goals to make up in 20 minutes, and it's very unlikely that that will happen. But it is a possibility, especially with how many chances they've been creating here in these last few minutes. Accra will want to get more on the board, though, to prove a point. That's exactly what they're trying to do. It seems like there's a through ball from Chicken to Guerra. Guerra gets to the line, passes over to Modelo. Shot blocked by Zerhuni. Dion will recover. Dion with an ambitious through ball. Canders will come out and just grab that. Dion past to Tucker. Tucker over to Selleck, who shoots. Canders saves. And then Selleck powered it into the side of the net. Changshan to Dello. Guerra up to Chicken on that left wing. Chicken made a... I'm not certain if that was a shot or a cross attempt, but Freddie got a hand on it, and then it was off of Larocque out of bounds. Nearly a goal there as Barry and Greedo. Oh, that's a great clearance by Schenkinger. Schenkinger. I had it right the first time. And now 10 minutes left. Red Star is going to want to score some to draw it a bit closer, but it will be difficult to do so. Canders makes a save off of that header from Tucker. Schenkinger had a cross in for Whittington, but put it just over the net. Guerra to Dello, forward to Chicken on that left wing. Chicken back to Tame. Back to Changshan. Forwards to Guerra, who controls. Llewellyn is there. Guerra takes it to the line, passes it back to Mike Checker, up to Guerra again, over to Dello to Guerra, who shoots, and it is over. Larocque able to make the save. Tame puts in the cross, headed out by Llewellyn. Chicken will chase it down. Checker into Dello. Dello to Changshan. Accra now with it. Accra up to Dion, over to Berbatov, who just missed outside after a lot of back and forth action in the midfield. Messi over to Checker to Guerra. Accra takes it back, and this game is all but over. Red Star cannot possibly score 4 or 5 goals in the space of under 3 minutes plus stoppage. So Accra is likely happy to just let the clock run out. Red Star, of course, will want something out of it, though, and Guerra just made an excellent dribble. Passed back to Checker to Dello. Changshan tried to shoot through several bodies. Didn't work out. Now Berbatov puts it forward for Tucker. Barry is there, and Tucker will dribble it out. Whittington forward for Dion. Back to Zerhuni to Tucker to Berbatov. Checker will tackle. Sides to Changshan up to Chicken. Through ball to Greedo. Here's an opportunity, and that's the goal that Red Star Laos has deserved desperately. It took until the 90th minute. Or excuse me, the 89th minute. But it is there. Furious Chicken with a great through ball up to Greedo. And Greedo got to the ball before Laroc could. 4-1 now. And Red Star has absolutely deserved that strike. Only a minute of stoppage, and after this corner, it will likely be it. Tame to put it in. Opposite side. Greedo was able to put it on target, but Laroc made the save, and that will be the match and the match day. Accra with 18 shots, 10 on target, lost the XG battle by about a 4/10 of a goal, but was able to win the match 4-1. And Rob Tucker will be your player of the match, despite a well above average performance for every single player on that Accra side. Greedo takes home at least second goal of the season for Red Star. And that will be it for our matches on the day. Montreal will retain first place in the table. Reykjavik will jump to second after being in a several different way tie for second. They will have sole possession. Accra will jump to sole possession of third. Paris and Romana are now tied at fourth. And Kaapstad will be just below them in sixth. Red Star and Cairo balance out the rest of the league. Looks to be several very interesting matches today. I think that Red Star assuredly deserved more than one goal. I think that Kaapstad were a bit lucky to catch Hill on a bad day, although they certainly deserved, I think, to come out of that match with something. I think Cairo should have come out with something. Accra, dominant performance. Red Star absolutely deserved that one goal, perhaps more, but just played very well. Montreal, of course, that second half explosion to just, I mean, you can only call that demoralizing for the Paris squad. And then Reykjavik with the shutout of Romana. Romana has struggled to score at all this season, I believe, including cup matches, only 3 goals on nearly 100 shots. So it is Well, I don't believe that anyone would have said that the table would look like this headed into the fourth match day of the season, but it is still early in the season, though things are starting to take shape, and I will be very interested to see where the table is at following this next match day that will be coming up next week. I do think that is it for me tonight. Thank you for sticking around if you have. We will be back with you later on tonight for Division 1 Match Day 4. And then Division 2 Match Day 4 will be on, I believe, Tuesday next week at the regularly scheduled time. So thank you for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed the matches. And we will see you next week.